because we're having some
We are
issues.
live.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Hi guys, and welcome to the fourth edition of Mancala Monday. And today we have a special guest. His name is Lucas. He's the community manager at Starknet Foundation. We also have our co-host Okai, and also have the Queen of Mancala, Inyola. So today, the theme of today is Okai will try as much as possible to show the strategies you can use to play Mancala, and he'll be playing with Lucas to show everyone the strategy of playing this. And after the game session, we also like have a coding session where Okai would continue from last week and also do some other stuff as well. So I'll allow Okai to give some insights on that before we continue with the game.
All right. Thanks for that. And thanks for being an amazing host, Paul. So yeah, today I'm going to be playing Luca. I'm just trying to give him a walkthrough from like it's his first time playing it. So I'm going to give him a walkthrough from like trying to introduce a friend to the game of Mancala. And yeah, like Paul said, we're going to also do a bit of live coding. So the objective of today's live coding session would be to go over gate pass or Mancala monthly pass, and also if time permits, I'll go into VRF. That's how to get randomness on chain. We want to use that to kind of like make the game more fair, because I mean from previous games, people think that the first player gets an advantage. So if we can introduce randomness on chain, and we can kind of use that to make it a bit fairer. So that's the two objectives of the coding session today. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Lucas and getting to know him too while playing.
Yeah, happy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I didn't have the chance yet to play. I had some issues with the installation last time, so I'm happy to be here, and I'm sure at the end of the live I will be a real player with cool strategies, and try to not be a noob.
No, that's awesome. I'm going to share my screen. Or do you want to introduce yourself, Luca? This is the first time meeting you, so I would like to learn a little bit more about you.
Yeah, exactly. Hi guys, I'm Lucas, community manager for the Starknet Foundation. So my job consists in to be the bridge between the ecosystem, the community, and the Starknet Foundation team. So yeah, that's it. Happy to be here to see and to meet some cool builders like Okai, like Paul, also Enolia. Happy to meet you guys. And yeah, hope to see more builders, more founders like you on Starknet, and cool games like Mancala.
Thank you for that. All right, I'm going to try to share my screen now. All right, so we had a little bit of issue with the main Mancala site. It loads, but it's a bit slow, so we're working on that. So I decided to kind of spin a backup. I'm going to leave the link in the chat, Luca, if you want to join that. But this is kind of like the lobby or landing page of Mancala. So when you want to get into it, you get to this page. From there, you go to lobby. And for you, for the first time, again, the game is under development, so we are trying to like limit access. So there's a token gate there. Right now, you can mint it. So you mint the pass after connecting with your cartridge controller. And you know what? I'm going to play my cookies and try to show you that. Just in case any other person is trying to log in for the first time, they would look at this. Okay, so when you're logging in for the first time, you hit the connect wallet button, and this is just the regular controller sign up. So you just go this way, and we're using this for session keys because it just improves the gaming experience. So we get this connected. So for you, you get like a pop-up that you don't have access, so you have to mint it. You just mint it. It's kind of like easy, and then you should be able to get to the lobby. When you get to the lobby, we try to make it as easy to get started with the game. You'd see all the games that are pending for you here. So this is your duels. And if you want to create a new game, you just click on this orange button. It's create game and public game. If you want to use a private game, like you have a wallet address of a friend, you can paste that and play with a friend. But right now we can just do public game. We're going to improve the UX for that later. But you click on public game, you should be able to create a game, and voila, you get to the game. We're also working on the music. So if the music, you can mute it if you want to. But yeah, this is the board. This is the Mancala board. It comprises of 6 bits in each side. So this is my side, and it doesn't matter what the color is, because if you also log in, you're going to get like another color. I don't know if you want to kind of follow along and just connect to get to the stage.
I have a small issue with my key. Cartridge just want me to didn't want me to create one. Upgrade to true. I think you can continue. I will manage the small issue. We'll be back soon.
Okay, Eniola, if you want to join, maybe we can go with that. Eniola, you'll find a link to this in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, and why I need Eniola, this is a 2-player game. In the future, we're looking at including like some decision game engines that can play users, but now it's a 2-player game, so you need another player to play the game. So Eniola is going to join, and I'm going to play with Eniola. And just to clarify, Lucas, what issue specifically you're having?
It don't allow me to connect myself. I have a small issue with cartridge, but I think I will be able to resolve it. Tuk.
All right.
Again.
Okay, while we wait for Eniola, Paul, do you have any questions? Like any thoughts so far? How this is going?
Right now, I don't. I would really want to see how the session with Lucas would go. Yeah, but I'm quite curious. Like, what was motivation for both of you to wear this two cap?
I saw Lucas with his 2 hats, and I was like, I got to match this energy. So you ask Lucas first, and maybe I can add to it. Lucas, why did you wear this 2 hat?
Wait, sorry, what do you say?
He said,
the hat. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Wait.
I mean, Stu is like one of the, is the next generation prover for Starknet, and like,
yeah,
we are
exactly.
excited to see it come out. So yeah, we're wearing this in solidity with, Stu when it comes out. And I love the color. It's kind of like, it's awesome.
Yeah, the color is great. Starknet had a good idea for the color and the logo. Really love it. Sorry guys, I didn't manage to connect myself to the game because I have some issue with the cartridge. So I think I will see you playing with Enolia, and I will maybe slide in your DMs to try to resolve the small issue.
All right, that works with me.
But yeah, I will still be here and learn how to play this game. Like I said you today, I tried with ChatGPT to understand the game. Had some issue with it, but
it is fine. And I'll try to be as slow as possible and explain it, like my thought process when I'm playing the game with Eniola. Eniola, are you able to log in?
Yes, but I'm unable to join the game.
What's going on? Can you share your screen?
It's saying can't join.
Okay, maybe create a game and I will join you. Okay, this is what happens when you're, trying to demo an app. Whatever will go wrong goes wrong. But it's okay. We are still a work in progress. So that's why we're even doing the live coding session, just to kind of like keep improving the game experience.
For sure. And I'm curious, what are the next features or updates you are the most excited for?
So
for us?
the main priority will be tournaments. So we're just going to put a we put a pass right now, and then we'll start working on tournaments probably in the next week or two. So the goal is
Okay.
to get to that. And that's just to make it, give people more incentive because this game you play, you pay for fun. It's a casual game, but people that want to play competitively, I mean, one of the main benefits of playing games on chain is the verifiability, right? So if we have the verifiable tournaments, I think it's cool. And played Budokan. I don't know if you know about things that Provable Game is working on, just where people can create custom tournaments. Um, and I think that just brings kind of like creator economy into like the on-chain game space. So if we can also, build tournament where people play, but also people can host their own tournaments, I think it would be awesome. It gives people more incentive to be like, okay, I want to host event. I can create this Mancala event. Funny thing is, we did an event on Friday in a university in Nigeria, a University of Anambra, and we got about 50 students to come play. So people can,
Exciting.
yeah, people can create custom tournaments like around their community, and I can play this. And there's a reward for everybody, or yeah, because you can distribute the reward on chain too. So I think it's just make it more lively. So yeah, that's the next goal. Yeah.
Exciting. Exciting. Very cool.
Okay, I'm
Very
going to
cool.
share my screen. Since Anila, you've been able to join, so I'm going to share my screen again. All right. So I'll make my first move. So the objective of this game, Mancala, is to get the most stones, right? It's a two-player strategy game. You want to get the most stone in your Mancala. So your Mancala is the one to your right, yeah. And this is your opponent's Mancala. You always are at the bottom when you're playing, and your opponent is at the top. And the game is played anti-clockwise, or it's like you move you move in this direction, right? So how it is, like you can select any of your pits. So out of the six, you have an option to select any one. So when you click on this, it clears this pit and then distributes the four seeds anti-clockwise. So if I click on this one, for example, it clears this pit and it moves the four seed 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think. Okay, I clicked on it twice. So when you click on this, it moves it 4. I click on the second one by mistake. But again, it clears this. If your last stone ends in your Mancala, you get an extra turn. So I got an extra turn and I used it. So then it moves there. Eniola now gets a turn. She plays, I play, we keep playing.
Okay.
And the game ends if there is no seat in my own pit. And there's a capture logic. I know I'm throwing a lot of things at you right
No,
now.
it's okay.
It's easier to learn the game by actually playing it, but
Yeah.
it's very simple when you play it with someone. It's very simple to kind of like get. Eniola, it's your turn. I don't know if you're there.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious. Okay, is it possible for you to add like a color that shows okay Eniola is playing next or you're playing next? Because I mean sometimes I kind of like get confused. Okay, who is playing next when I'm watching this?
Okay, maybe we can do it like visually represent here. So we have this board here that says who is playing right
Okay,
now. So
okay,
it says
okay,
Eniola is playing. Eniola
okay,
made a move and she got an extra move. So it still said Eniola got an extra move.
okay.
And this is where the messaging for this.
Yeah, it wasn't just too visible for me to say it. Okay, cool.
Then we need to improve on it. So Eniola did make a move. Again, it is easier to learn by playing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to try to explain as much as possible. But literally, the game mechanics is three things. You move, so clicking moves, clicking on the speed moves. You get extra turn is another mechanics, and there's a way to get an extra turn is by putting your last seed in your Mancala. You get an extra turn, and you capture your opponent's pit. And the way you capture your opponent's pit is putting a last stone here. And when I'm about to capture one, I will show you that and explain it. I hope you've, yeah, let's see that. So it's my turn now. The board says it's my turn. Then I get to make a decision. Okay. So I'm curious, Lucas, do you play any board game?
I tried chess. I have to say, I have like a small level, but yeah, I tried chess, but yeah, just only chess. Um, Very curious about Mancala because that you told me it's not like you told me it's a African exploration game. Like a lot of countries are playing that game, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's very cool.
there are over 80 countries playing the game. And it's been around for more than 7,000 years, about 7,000 years, as we found out last week. So yeah, it's been around for a while.
Crazy, crazy. Yeah, I have, and you told me it will be some competition on it, so I have to learn and be ready for that time for the competition.
Uh,
But I had a question. How does the Web3 aspect change the gameplay?
how does the what?
The Web3,
Okay, so
it's a blockchain, you know?
yes, yes, I get. So the main benefit of it being on the blockchain is like the verifiable tournaments, one, and like collectibles, but also like one of the things is like we have this game on the Web2 space, right? Web3 is a new technology, so we're building this to explore like what the benefits of Web3 is on the game, right? Um, so I used to play the Mancala game with my grandma. I played Mancala a lot with my grandma, and I'm like, yeah, sometimes I remember like the laugh and everything when I was playing the game with her. And what if there's like a board that keeps record of all the games that you've played? So maybe when I'm telling my kids about Mancala game, I can literally show them like this game that like the time I played with grandma, this is the move and this is the board that we played with it, and all the records are there. I mean, you play chess. You say you play chess. We all know Magnus Carlsen is like one of the best chess players in the world. We have this game. It's been around for like 7,000 years. They are like geniuses in this game that we will never know about. If it has been on Web3, like these records are always there. We can definitely find these guys regardless of where they are. Like you playing this game, like it is there. And I know there are some of the challenges of Web3, the cost, right? It's like, okay, why would you pay to play? But like with chains like Starknet, gas is really, really, really cheap. You can build an app chain on there and literally pay master it. So the users will never even have to worry about payment. I told you we had this competition on Friday, or like an event where we played in real life on Friday. We didn't tell anybody about blockchain. They didn't need to worry about blockchain. It's like it's just a game, and they focus on the gaming experience. So it's like we have this medium where we could build, cool, amazing things. We could try it. I personally wanted to bring my culture on chain, and I'm doing it, and I don't have to even think about or worry about blockchain. It's abstracted away from users. Yeah, there's limitations that comes with it, but there's also benefits that come with it, and like the variable tournaments, the mutable records, right? Like collectibles, like we can add all these features on there. And I'm still exploring more to see, the benefits of Web3, but I'm learning a lot from it, and I'm seeing a lot of benefits. That's
Exciting, exciting. So maybe could we see maybe one day Mancala on mobile? Is it possible?
Oh yeah. Like for my research, like if I'm targeting African markets, like mobile is essential. Again, the main reason I built it, on web first was to prototype and experiment with it. And like at the time, I did not see a lot of like people on Starknet specifically, building, mobile, like the mobile native I wanted. So I was like, let me build this one fast, get the game prototype and get feedback, and then I can go and build a mobile because it might take me longer. I wanted to get something out first so that I can start discussing the idea. But mobile is definitely the ultimate if I'm reaching an African market.
Cool, cool. Okay. Between you guys, Paul, okay, who is winning? If you had to test.
Between me and Eniola,
Yeah, sorry.
I've not been thinking too much playing this game right now, and Eniola might have a plan that I don't know of. That might,
Okay.
I don't have any plans.
Your screen went off. I can't really see you sharing your screen like here.
Oh, you can see my screen. I'm gonna try again. It says my network is slow, so my bad. I'm gonna try again and see if this works.
or any, you can just share yours. Okay.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 4 seats in my Mancala. Annie has 3. This is Annie's side. She has this stack here, and she gets to decide what to do with it. Yeah, we don't know who's winning. The game just started, so it might take a minute to, tell who the winner is.
Nice. So I think I saw you received a seed grant, right? From the
Yes, I did
foundation.
receive a seed grant from the foundation.
How was it helpful to build the Mancala?
Definitely helped me, create bandwidth because to view the game. I participated in some Only Just events, so I was able to reward some contributors with that. And yeah, just it was helpful. And aside from the seed grant, it's kind of like a community I also built around Starknet, like in the Hack House, and then like made some friends there. So that really helped me. But yeah, the seed grant extended my bandwidth to experiment with a game like Mancala.
That's cool. That's cool. Do you have some advice for new builders? Like if you had someone that is looking into Starknet, had an idea to build a game, do you have some advice for him?
I mean, feel free to experiment and just do it, right? Because if you overthink it, I'm someone that's an overthinker, right? And it's actually held me back a little bit because, I could put the idea out there, easily experiment, but I like perfection, and there's nothing that's ever perfect, right? So I always keep waiting, and I just put it out there and kind of like start experimenting. So if you have an idea, just put it out there and just experiment. So I think that's the most important thing there.
Nice.
And maybe talk to the community, or prototype your idea with someone. Starknet has a lot of amazing communities, but apart from the community, they have programs that's kind of like the Starknet founders,
Exactly.
camp. So you can test your idea because maybe get feedback to and then it can help you kind of polish the idea better.
Great. Happy to hear that the foundation seed grant program helped you for that.
I appreciate that.
We had at Starkware we have Shadowfax that is my gaming lead. Do you know here?
Oh yeah, I know Shadowfox. I was in a dojo residency in New York. I met Shadowfox there. I met him in Denver too. We've talked a couple of times in the DMs too. So yeah.
Nice. That's nice. Had to game with her.
What did you say?
I would love to game with Shadowfax on Mancala to see if she had a level on it.
Okay, I'm going to reach out to her again. She actually asked me to reach out, and this is my bad. I'm going to reach out to her again and try to.
Yeah, you have to. She's making cool content about on Starknet games, like tutorials, even gameplays on X. Very cool.
Yeah, and she created a YouTube channel
Yeah.
related to SN games. So yeah.
Have to see you on the channel.
All right. Yeah, and I've been taking interviews with a couple of other people. So I did like a playtest with, I don't know if you know the fuck, I don't know that. It's FOCG Games.
FOCG Games, okay.
Fully on
Fuckers Games or something. Fully on chain games. That's what it means.
Okay.
Fully on chain games. But yeah, they heavy on the REMS ecosystem. So we're having another interview on Thursday too. So I'll use a lot of the games gameplay around the Starknet ecosystem.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So Lucas, I'm curious. Have you been following the gameplay, or you're just a little bit confused?
I have to say I'm a bit confused, but at the end of the live, I'm sure I'll be a real player and I will understand everything. But at the moment, who is winning?
At the moment, Eniola has 8 seats. I have 5.
Exactly.
So the objective is to get the most seeds. So Eniola has more seeds than me. I'm going to capture a seed now, and then we're going to be tied. So how do you capture a seed in the game? Because again, the objective is to have the most seed. If your last stone ends in an empty pit of your Mancala, it becomes a capturing stone, and you can capture, or of your pit, it becomes a capturing stone, and you can capture your opponent and yours. So I have 2 stones here, 1, 2, and then there's an empty pit here. The way the game moves again is anti-clockwise. So once I click on this, it clears this pit, and then it drops 1, 2. So because the last stone is landing at an empty pit in my side, I can capture Eniola's 2 plus my 1, so 3. So I'll get 3 plus 5, which will be 8 in my set. And again, the objective is to get the most, but then we're going to tie. So when I do this, I get 8. And then my turn ends. It's Eniola's turn. And then she keeps moving. And yeah, we are trying to capture the most of each other's stone.
Okay, nice, great.
Yeah, okay. I do think you should do the video tutorial you said you would do. It will be quite helpful to educate newbies on how to play this particular variant.
Okay. That will be top of my list this week. To maybe record with Paul, if you're free. Maybe I'll record with you and kind of like walk you through this and have it
Awesome.
like out there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
can
any
see
other-
quick tutorials.
Yes.
I already made. Great.
The quick tutorials still a work in progress. You still I'm going to make a video tutorial that probably will be better. Again, this is all a work in progress. So yeah. So it's my turn. If I don't move this seed, and the other moves this stone here and captures it. So for me to kind of take it out of danger, I would have to click on this and move this. Because if not, NLI is going to obviously win the game here. So I'm going to just do this and just avoid a capture of that.
Great. And okay, where are you based? Where are you from?
Originally from Nigeria. I'm based in Texas right now.
Okay. And there is a lot of how's the community in Nigeria?
How's the community? Oh yeah, there's a lot of builders. Paul is from Nigeria. He's a community manager. It's a Starknet ambassador. And there's like a lot of developer community in Nigeria, like Starknet community in general.
Nice. Have to see a hacker house in Nigeria. Paul, you have to do something. So it's actually one in India, but I want to see one in Nigeria also.
Yeah, we actually like having a look at that. I mean, it's always awesome to have a hacker house, like when there is a big conference, as the case may be. So we are exploring that. So we'll communicate that, like if we get approval to do that.
Nice, exciting.
Yeah. So have you been to? Okay, you said your mom is from Congo. Have you been to any African country before?
A few months ago, I was for the first time in Kinshasa, so in Congo. That was pretty funny. I have a lot of family there, so yeah. I visited Kinshasa, but I have to visit Nigeria.
I mean, you should. You should. I mean, you would love it here. It's the vibe is awesome. A lot of people come here because of the vibe, and yeah.
How is the Web3 ecosystem in Nigeria?
It's very vibrant. Nigeria has the most vibrant ecosystem in Africa, right?
Okay.
So it's very vibrant, very active.
Nice. Hope to see some new builders on Starknet.
I've lost this game.
Oh, 25-11. Okay.
Mostly distracted today, Eniola.
Mancala Queen.
But no, I was mostly distracted today. But see, I started first today, Paul, and I lost by this much. But yeah, I played really bad moves.
I think because you were mostly spending time to explain, so your head was not like right in the game.
Yeah, and I'm having a long day. Yeah, so I lost the game. Eniola won. 37-11. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay, congratulations, Eniola.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
I think this is the first time in your life winning your life on this live stream. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time Eniola is winning in life. But yeah, I made really, really bad moves. So I was like, oh my goodness. Um, it's okay,
So
Eniola.
yeah.
Maybe,
So
yes,
I
Paul,
think
you're going to say
uh,
something.
if Lucas cartridge is not working, maybe we can just like dive into the live coding so you can have enough time to do the live coding.
Okay, yeah, we could do that. Luke, Lucas, can you share your screen? Let's just kind of like take a look at the
Uh, I have
stuff.
to say, I'm not on my PC, so I'm not sure I can share the screenshot, but you know what? You can maybe begin the code session. I will
Okay,
turn my site, maybe reboot my computer also, and see why a cartridge don't allow me to connect
okay.
on the website. And yeah, we try to do it during the live session.
All right. Yeah, if you can share a screenshot, I'll just want to take a look just for feedback purpose, and I can also, maybe reach out to Cartridge guys if there's the issue from them or if it's from my end. I want to fix it.
Perfect. I will do.
Okay.
So today, actually, we have the highest live streamers on this Monday, Mancala Monday. We have like 145 persons live on the live stream, which is amazing. I mean, very amazing. So I believe they can't wait for you to do the live coding session.
All right. Let me get to that then. I will open my terminal and uh, oops. You don't do this. You don't share your environmental variable in public. But I'm going to change that. I have this open. Just give me one more minute. Yeah. Okay. There's
So
clarity.
just to confirm, today you'll be continuing where you stopped from last week, the monthly pass. Then you also do the in-game configuration. Yeah.
Yeah, and so once you have enough of that, I'll try to see if I can cover the PRF. We'll see how this goes. Just give me 1 second.
So
Okay, can you all see my screen?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I showed you a screenshot on X. I don't know why it seems not all available connection options are available. I don't know why, and I can't connect using my phone.
Okay.
So
Maybe you could add me on Telegram.
yeah,
I'm going to send you. I'm just leaving the username here. Yeah, that's my username on Telegram. So if you add me on Telegram, we can
thank you.
say it from there. right, so I'm going to make a branch here and then I will continue. Excuse me. So I'll just call the branch Mancala Life.
Since when is Mancala live?
You said what?
Since when is Mancala live?
Oh no, that's the branch. So I'm trying to code here, and I'm just calling it Mancala Life, like live session that I'm doing right now.
No, like since when are you building Mancala? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I've been building it for a couple of months now. It's probably like 9 months plus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my first on-chain game. Well, on-chain game is a new thing. But
Congrats.
this is my first main project on Starknet. So I was doing an internship at Nethermind when I started Mancala. I was just I saw on-chain games. I played Loot Survivor, and I was really interested in on-chain games and just exploring it. And I just thought this would be a good opportunity to also boost my Cairo skills, and
Of
yeah,
course.
I just jumped on it.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we're building this game with Dojo framework. So Dojo is like a framework for building on chain games. And I mean, we do have it installed here. You can see from the scab.toml, like we're using Dojo v1.1.12, up 0.2 rather. So what I'm trying to do today is kind of continue from where we stopped in the last week. We're trying to implement a game pass. So the way Dojo work is similar to like ECS, where we have like entities, components, and in entity components and systems here. So in Dojo we have entities, and instead of components we have models. So models are just like data storage. It's like where you store the state of your program, just different like that. So we have in our own case, we have like different models here. We have the Mancala board model, which the Mancala board you see, like we were playing from, the way it's represented in Dojo or in Cairo, it's just like a struct, a data type Mancala board. And we have player 1, player 2. So when you join, this fills up the first player, the second player. And the current player is keeping the state here at the time it changes. At the end, the winner, the game status, and if the game is a private game or a public game. What we're going to be modifying today will be under the settings. We want to include like a game pass. In the way I want to do it, we'll have like a game type. So there will be like unrestricted, and there will be kind of like token gated. So if you want to play the unrestricted, we can set it like the player, the admin can set it that, I want to open it up for everyone when I get to that stage. Right now it's token gated. I want it to be token gated. Right now we just use this place, so it's always token gated. What I want to do, I'm going to move to my type and create a new custom type. So I'll just do that with like src. Okay, where's this contract? Move into my contract folder. I'll move into source and type. So in this place, I'm going to create a new file. So touch game type, get type. So yeah, I'm going to create a custom type here. What I want to do, and to give you context, Lucas, this is kind of me because the game is still a work in progress. I've decided to use part of this session to code live, and so I can just keep building the game and just play test it with people before the live coding starts. So anyways, I'm going to create a custom enum here. So enum get type. And I would encourage anyone that is watching that's curious about building on-chain games to kind of like take a look at the Dojo docs. So find that here. And this is, I'm going to use it for reference just so that, hey, if you want to learn more too, people can kind of like look at the mind process. So what I'm working on right now is creating a custom model, and like this case, a custom type enum. And if anybody is curious, can read through this. This documentation has even a quick start to learn about Dojo if you want to kind of like build your own game. So mine is going to be like a custom enum here. And we need Saturday, just serialize, deserialize, drop, and introspect so that we can use it in the game. So I'm going to create that here. So so there'll be unrestricted version of restrict version, and now there'll be a token gated one with contract address. Because I'm going to be using contract address, I need to import that from Starknet. So I'll use Starknet contract address. You know what? I will still need something else. So let me just do that.
Okay, could you maybe introduce Dojo?
Yeah, I can. So let me just close this. I was building some example here for someone else. So introducing Dojo. So Dojo is a framework for building games on Starknet. So it is kind of like a wrapper around Cairo. So I mean, if you know Cairo, you can easily pick up Dojo. It just helps you. It also packages lots of tools that helps you kind of like build faster. So instead of you having to build like, think about, how you're going to structure your project, building a custom indexer, building, there's other tools that comes with like Sozo, there's Saya. This is kind of like a relatively new tool, but you can see all the things, and Tori, which is a custom indexer, and Slot. It comes with all this. And I told you about like the ECS type system that comes with. What it just helps you is kind of like build from zero to game in like a week or 2 weeks. So you can easily prototype your game. And then, yeah, definitely you need, the front end and like work hard. That's where most of the work comes in. But they also have libraries to do that. So they just recently released one for Unreal and Unity, still relatively new. So you can build Unity games on it. This kind of came out like 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. What I'm using for my game right now is Dojo.js. So it just allows you to build web, games. Unity kind of takes it a bit deeper. So if people have played games like Fortnite, use Unreal Engine. I know that's kind of like long shot right now because we're still new, but this opens up the possibility to build more complex games on chain. But right now, using Dojo.js. But yeah, aside from that, what other features? We're going to try to use the custom indexer, and it just again helps you kind of like read from the blockchain faster. So Dojo comes with all these tools that make it your life easier as an on-chain game developer, and it comes with the community, right? That is really amazing. That also are building on-chain games that you can kind of like work with to kind of make your life less like lonely as a developer. So that's the simple run through of Dojo.
Great, nice. It's exciting. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, so gonna continue. Yeah, I'm going to use a contract cost. Yeah. Lucas, have you ever, are you a developer by chance or no?
I can build for you a front page, a landing page with a cursor.
I mean, that is amazing. Like with the new, having, I guess we call it vibe coding. It makes your programming knowledge better.
Yeah, but I have to go deep in it. But yeah, at the moment I'm just looking a bit. I'm testing some things like cursor and some tools but no, I'm not a dev. Would have to learn maybe one time.
We're all learning. I'm still learning to become a better dev. Like every day, just putting in that. Yeah.
Maybe in a few months I will help you build a Mancala.
I would appreciate it. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to use into meta or into trades to convert like this enum to a contract and back. So this is kind of, let me see if this helps. You know what? I think it does. See, I just used, AI to also help me generate the code. It just makes my own life better.
Are you alone on Mancala?
No, I have 2 other people also building. So I'm not working on the front end mostly. I started, as a front end dev, or I was an infra engineer, and then like I really really love Linux, did a lot of things with that. Then no, I started learning front end, but then I got into Cairo, and yeah, I've just kind of like been exploring that like since. But I have a front end dev and like a graphic designer that's helping me out, so we're 3 on the team right now.
I really love the background of Rimsra, and I think you have a cool music also on the page.
Yeah, I had a friend help me out with the music. Still, again, we're still playing around with it, but yeah, yeah.
No, very cool, very cool.
Appreciate you. So yeah, I'm gonna do a pop, and I'll try to explain what that does on the beat. You know what? Let me see if this is correct. No, it's not. No, every time you want to use AI, sometimes it just gives you like silly answers. Get a trait into again, and this time I'm going to convert from contract back to the type.
So, which documentation are you mostly using?
When I'm working on this, like it's a mix between Dojo, Cairo book, and like going into the community and asking for help when I don't absolutely know what I'm doing. And I participated in the Dojo residency, so I met a couple of devs there, so I know to reach out to them because they built more advanced game on Starknet.
Okay.
So
Could you share some with us?
should I share some of the what?
Of the builders that help you sometimes?
So when I was implementing the achievement system, so if you go to Mancala, you click on this achievement system from Dojo. I had to reach out to Baltazar. Baltazar is now working at Cartridge, but he built this achievement system that helps you kind of like create like quests and objectives in the game. Let's see this. Arcade. I cannot spell to save my life today. Let's see, Cartridge Arcade. So this is kind of like a global leaderboard of like game devs or game players on Starknet. Balthasar built this. So when you connect here, you should be able to see all the games that on mainnet, and I use it arcade, so you can see the leaderboard of like players. I'm going to connect so we can see that. So when I wanted to implement this, I reached out to Baltazar and kind of like he walked me through it. Gleam is like the lead dev on Dojo itself. I'm always in his DMs, asking for help. There's Lutiro that's, Lutiro is this guy that builds Provable, is the founder of Provable Games, builds Loot Survivor, Budokan, and like other things. I reached out to him too. I reached out to I waited yesterday for like when I was trying to figure out something with VRF. So yeah, I reached out to like a bunch of them.
Cool to have them.
Yeah. But yeah, when I wanted to build this, I reached out and yeah, got help from there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And this is why I love, building in Starknet too. The community is like really amazing. There's a lot of like amazing devs here, but they don't keep knowledge as much. Like I literally, because a lot of open source code available, so I literally go on to find code, to find like inspiration for if I want to implement something I've never done before, right? I would go find code. Like right now, I'm looking at when I wanted to implement the VRF or play with it, I couldn't figure it out from just reading documentation. So what I did was I went to Provable Games website. So it's going to be Provable Games. Yeah, GitHub repo. Sorry, this is kind of a Web3 game using Cairo 2 a lot. And they are building Loot Survivor too, but I went to Dark Shuffle because they implemented the code and it's open source, so you can learn from it. So I just went there, went to their source under utils. I found like the implementation of random from there, and I was able to see like how they implemented the VRF because they're using cartridge VRF and it's from year 2. And this code is to kind of enable randomness on chain. And, because the blockchain is deterministic, it's very difficult to kind of like put randomness because someone can actually calculate it, right? But if you have like some nuance and like, you're getting like this case, like a third party to prove that this random number that, people cannot collude in, it can help you kind of create better random numbers. That's kind of how to create a safe pseudo random number on chain. So I wanted that. And he's implemented it. So I literally just had to look at the code. Now, if it's on Web 2, it's most of their code is closed source gated. Yeah. And it's like, because it's open source, you can definitely learn from others and build upon this. And that's one beautiful thing about, even building on chain. Like, think about Mancala, you have one of the benefits. Mancala can be a mini game in other games. So I was playing with someone who suggested like, there's pistol on 10 blocks. We can have Mancala in there because, it's a game that you're playing in a pub in real life. And this pistol of 10 blocks is settings around a pub. So maybe, and again, it's composable. So you can literally have this contract in the game and, people can play it and it shares one global state. So it's still one global state. It doesn't affect you and someone else can interact with the game. And I think it's future proof in my own opinion, because like I know that in the future there will be like different ways to interact with just interact with computers. Like there'll be VR, AR things. Maybe we're not going to be using phones, but we can build like an interface around that still interacts with this smart contract. And you don't need to kind of like rebuild anything. It's like this state, but you know that this state is going to be there forever. So in 1,000 years, we don't know what technology they're using, but it's an interface. This is going to be around forever. People can still communicate and interact with it. So I'm like, that's mad.
Exciting.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to create a variable here. It's hard to context switch. So this one is for the unrestricted. I'm kind of define it as a contract address. I'm going to try to explain it once I'm done with this. So what am I gonna do here? I'll copy this. Just wanted this here. Actually, this is wrong. I'll fix this later. Okay, this is wrong. I'll put 0x0 now. Okay, once I finish this, I'll try to explain it. I'll put 0x0 for now. With this, no, you don't use it. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here is to have a custom type for my game. So again, this unrestricted just means that once it's in this variant, people can play the game without like an issue. And if it's token gated with a token address, it's only going to allow people with that token address to be able to play the game. So the idea is to have monthly passes for Mancala. So there'll be Mancala passes. And in the future, we can have like custom themes around it. It could be like for different regions. So if you have this, we can set this every month that, okay, when you have this, you can play Mancala. Or if you want like a special theme around it, or like you want to get access to maybe I don't know, maybe a monthly themed Mancala, you can have that. But right now, again, it just helps us kind of like token getting it so that we can restrict the access. So yeah, I have that implemented, and this is kind of like we have into get type and control address. So if we have like an unrestricted, we can get a contract address from it. If we have a token address, we can get it. So we can just kind of go back and forth this is what's kind of like the idea, the concept behind this is. And same thing for here. So I'm not going to kind of like go further, but this is like the first implementation of what I need to do here. Now I need to import it in. I need to import it here. So I'm going to first register this. So what I'll go here is in the lib for type. So create a custom type. So in this folder, we just kind of like put in all the files or registering the files so that we can use them in the contract. So I just created a new one, which is get type. So I registered it here so I can import it throughout the contract. Yeah, that's kind of like how I can explain it for right now. Yeah. So use Mancala. Types. Get type.
So you told me you already joined a base camp, a Starknet code Cairo base camp, right?
Yeah, I'm part of the founders base camp, and also, my first experience on Starknet is actually I took the Starknet base camp. I learned about Cairo, and then I went to the Hacker House and tried to build a project in the Hacker House. And then
which one? Which Hacker House?
The one in Denver.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like the first time my first experience into Starknet.
How was the base camp?
The base camp was great. I've actually taught 3 to 4 base camps after that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I graduated distinguished graduate from the first base camp, and then I took the base camp again, and then I taught 3 other base camps. So
cool.
Yeah. And right now, I'm creating a more modular course for Cairo, and just like building applications in a new base camp.
Oh, that's great! Exciting.
Yeah. I participated in Denver, and then I met like a couple of friends there, and I did write like 2 or 3 chapters in the Cairo book too. After that, because I met a friend that was writing Cairo book, and I was like, oh. Just wanted to learn, and I thought the better way of doing it is like hands-on, kind of like got my steez around that.
So there's also a Cairo book AI, right?
You said what?
There is also a Cairo book AI.
Yeah, there's the agent.
Yes, exactly. Are you using it?
No, I use it. I use it sometimes. Now mostly it's just talking to other devs and kind of like going back and forth with other devs. That is been more helpful for me because now I have a community on Starknet. That part.
Great. So if there is like a new dev on Starknet, could he reach you on X? Are you DM open?
Yeah, my DMs are always open. Like again, my DMs are always open to anybody that's trying to learn Cairo. Yeah, there's the Discord channel, where
Exactly.
sometimes I answer questions there, but I've not been active in a minute. But yeah, if someone reaches out to me that is wanting to learn Cairo, I'm always happy to help, because even if I don't know it, I might know someone that knows it.
Nice to hear. Thank you
Yeah,
for that.
yes, sir. I know you came to play the game. You couldn't even play the game, and now you are looking at code, which might not be
No,
as interested. Uh,
yeah, I'm very happy, and it's very interesting. Like it's first time to meet you, so I'm happy to meet you. I'm learning a lot, and like I told you, I didn't have the chance to play it. Sadly, I didn't play today, but we will. I
yeah,
will show you something on Telegram, and hopefully you will manage to help me, and we will make. I will record a game of Mancala with you.
yeah. If you reach out to me on Telegram,
Yeah.
definitely can opt off, and we can try to kind of like walk through it. Maybe there's sometimes that whatever will go wrong when you're doing it live. So when it's not live, we can have and some more time to debug it and see. Because I really love to kind of like share the culture with you, but I also make a video tutorial. I've been postponing it, but I think it's high time I made it. So I'm going to make a video tutorial that would help. Excuse me, that would help in that part too.
Nice.
Um,
Will you be in Nice, like for Starknet, for ETHCC? Sorry, in
it's
few
CC.
months.
No, I didn't sign up for ETC.
Okay.
Kind of like
Yeah,
taking,
agenda. So okay.
and it's kind of like just a lot on my plate right now. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to bang it out. So once I have a bit more free time, definitely we'll be going around other places.
Next
And
time.
some personal things I'm trying to sort out. So once everything is up, I will definitely be everywhere I need to be.
Yeah, for sure.
So I still need to import.
So what are you actually doing?
So I'm trying to, excuse me, I'm trying to build a pass system that we can toggle off and on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there'll be an unrestricted pass and there will be like a token gated pass. So what I first did was create a custom type that's we're going to use for that. And I created a way to kind of like go into like from get type to contract address, from contract address back to game type. And then I went into the models. Like I explained earlier, that these models are data store. So if you go to the Dojo book and you read this part on models, models store structured data in your world, right? And again, it's probably better if if you start from the beginning, because you get more context, right? But it stores custom data in your world. So I have different custom data. Yeah. This one is for the Mancala board. So when you go to the Mancala game, again, like I tried to explain it earlier. So Eniola Kai. So this is maybe player one, player two. It's represented here as player one, player two on the board. Then the address of the current player, so the person that's like playing currently, we have the address here. We have the last time they made a turn, the winner of the game. This just stores the data for the Mancala board, right? This stores data for the player. This stores player for the pit. So this individual pit, this is the custom model for it. And seed and all. So right now we are working on the settings. The settings is where, I'm going to set the Game Pass stuff. And this is what I'm doing. So we have a contract address, or we have a variant for the contract address, which is this. And a variant is just an enum, just different ones. And then this is going to be like the admin that can set when the game is free or when it has a pass. Yeah, so that's what I'm building right now.
Okay.
Almost done. And I'm still kind of like trying to figure out the waters for the live session. Like I'm going to structure it to make it more interactive and just more enjoyable. Because right now it's new, so people don't have much context of the game. And I wanted to build something simple first before going into like tournament. But maybe, the tournament, I might even try to make it more modular. So I even start from scratch in a separate repo. So people can follow along. Maybe that will even be better. So I can maybe even start from fresh from Dojo and like how it helps and how I'm going to use to build a contract and show once that is complete, how it can interact with, another part of my game. But yeah, that's a summary of what I'm doing. So now I'm going to the settings file, and this is where I'm going to implement a logic for settings. This just contains custom errors. This is where the error message is. It's kind of, again, I'm still trying to get the hang of it. So we have Open Zeppelin. We imported that. And Open Zeppelin is just like a library of contracts for Cairo. Well, it has Solidity version and there's Cairo version. And we are using the dispatcher to communicate with it. So this is a way to interact with another contract, right? And I imported ERC 721, which is going to be like the Game Pass itself. So the Game Pass is an NFT, simple. But in coding term, it's an ERC21. So imported that here. I'm going to import the settings, which I think I already have because the settings page. Yeah, I do have the setting there. I'm going to import the custom type I just made. I already did it here. I think there's a better way to do it, but right now, just copy this and paste it here. So now I have the custom type. And because I changed the way the setting model is, because right now it uses get pass instead of contract address that I was using before. Excuse me. So I'll have to change this one to contract address. Because if I try to build it, so there's a tool comes with Sozo, Dojo, it's called Sozo. And if you are coming from Cairo, just pure Cairo, it's called Scab. It's a different tool. This is a wraparound Scab. But it just helps you kind of like build your program. So if I do a Sozo build, for example, I'm going to run into an error because one is supposed to expect a get type here. See, I'm running into multiple different errors. So I have to fix this to pass for it to work, right? So, I obviously still have to write tests, but that's it. So in this case, so setting it here. I'll create a variable that gets an address. So in this case, it's going to be get type. Get type. Oh, it's not going to be a new one. So it's going to be token, and it's going to contain a contract. It's going to So again, it's probably more difficult to explain it from like a code base that's large. So maybe it would help by once I'm done with this part, or maybe I should just even go to the other part where I start from like a new feature entirely, which is the tournament I'm working on, and try to code from the beginning and explain it like the thought process as I go on. But yeah.
Great.
We are 10:10 now. I know the session is supposed to end at 10, 1 o'clock my time. So it's 1:10, my bad. So we're going to wrap it up very soon. Just try to get to a state where it passes or it can compile.
Of course.
And yeah, this session is supposed to be like a vibe thing and just kind of like building along. So thank you for being here.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Playing the vibe with you for sure.
I'm happy to learn about builders like you that are making like cool stuff on Starknet, cool games, Very happy to have you in the ecosystem. Hope you will meet us one day.
Definitely would love to see.
Maybe next year at Denver, I don't know. But
Or maybe
sure.
another event on Starknet. Would love to kind of like catch up, hang up. I said hang out and see, the vibe. You're really cool in person, online. So I'm betting you're also like a cool person in person too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy. A lot of stuff are very exciting, very bullish on Starknet recently. We had like the Noir announcement. I don't know if you saw it. About Noir on Starknet.
Yeah, I saw it. I actually reached out to one of a friend who is an engineer or like a compiler engineer at NER, just kind of like learn more about it. Like privacy on chain is a big deal. I mean, when I was building or demoing this Mancala in the past, someone gave me an idea of like invisible Mancala, where you're playing against your opponent, and you you don't have the full picture of like their own states. It's making it more challenging and more difficult, right? But like, yeah, I wanted to kind of like explore that. Well, not now, just to learn now too. Yeah, so I reached out. Yeah, but yeah, love like the idea of like we having privacy and noise bringing that to Starknet. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's just the future is the limit in that case.
Exactly. It makes Starknet more accessible.
Yes,
That
that's true.
what Federate Prime with Garaga is doing is very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's also like the funder program from the Starknet Foundation. I didn't know if you are in.
What?
The Starknet Foundation funder. It's a funder program. A base camp. Excuse me. It's a funder base camp. I don't know if you are in. Tomorrow there will be a session about fundraising fundamentals. So I don't know if it's something you are looking in, but it will be for sure very exciting.
Yeah. I'm in the founder program. And yeah, looking forward to seeing where that is. They have this bot that is really helping me out in kind of like polishing my idea, and like, yeah, I'm really excited about it. Again, that's what I said. Like, there's a lot of like programs,
Exactly,
that ecosystem that
yeah,
helps out a lot. But yeah, we vibe coding. Paul, are you still there?
I think yes.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm here.
I know the time is again still fast spent, and I'm kind of like going forward. I'm gonna keep like working on this, but I know we have audience. I don't know how long you want to stay here. Maybe we can kind of like cut it, and then I just kind of like keep working on it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it depends on you, but we have spent an hour 30 minutes here, so I guess that's a little bit enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to like right now. It seems kind of like a bit more difficult to explain it because I have like a lot of code in there, so it's kind of like prerequisite knowledge to try to explain it might not make sense. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The tournament is kind of like a big deal for us, and a good thing is that we would start like with a fresh code base. So I think maybe having a fresh code base on there and starting from scratch live. But I don't know. Maybe we can up on a call after this and kind of like try to like flesh it out. I think having a fresh code base, kind of like building it along, will be an awesome thing. Maybe for Mancala Mondays, we can have that, and then I can still work on it on the side and maybe excite more people building on chain. But it's better than like this existing code base, because I think it might be better to try to explain the code base first before like continue building, and that would kind of be like a drawback. So it's better I start from like a new feature that requires like a new, Cairo project entirely.
Yeah, pretty much. So we can, of course, do that next week.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
I personally really love like this code session. I'm sure it's helpful to some users, some builders that are new in the ecosystem. So very enjoy it. Again, thank you, Paul and Okai, and also Eniola for hosting this live. And yeah, hope to see you guys maybe physically in a meetup or one day. And yeah, really enjoy it. Thank you for thank you for the for the invitation.
You're welcome, Lucas. I will reach out to you on DMs on Telegram, and I have you on X too. I'll reach out to you and we kind of work on fixing that issue and playing with you.
I'm very exciting about what you are building with Mancala. Excited to see how it will look like in few months.
All right, thank you so much. Love to chat with you again in a couple of months.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Lucas, for joining. Thank you, Eniola, for sticking around to the end. And okay, our boss. I mean, we hope to, of course, have you host us next week as well to build the tournament, because I'm actually looking forward to tournament. I would actually want to imagine where we have more than 4 people playing, and like the vibe to actually win a prize at the end of the game session is it's going to be nice. So I will look forward to that. So I believe a lot of people on this stream is looking forward to learning how to build the tournament feature. So we'll see that next week.
All right.
Well, yeah. So that aside, I think that will be a wrap for today. So next week, just like Okai said, he will be building the tournament feature, right? And we'll have a new guest to try out Mancala. Unfortunately, Lucas couldn't try out Mancala today
Sorry,
because of
guys.
yeah, a little issue. But well, yeah, I do believe that anyone that joined might have learned how to play and can of course join the subsequent session. But yeah, I think that's it for today. So bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
See you. It was a pleasure.